Sundance, 2017. There's a song that always takes me back to my first film festival in snowy Park City, ironically titled Summer Friends by Chance the Rapper. For whatever reason, that was the song that kept popping up on shuffle when we landed, when we drove to the screenings, when we came back, and pretty much it became the anthem to our trip that every time we listen to it back home, it just takes us back to Salt Lake City. I bring this up because I believe that different songs can prompt different memories. You can listen to a chorus and all of a sudden you're back in your childhood. A single chord can bring you back to your favorite vacation. A melody can recall the greatest moments in your life and even the bad ones. And that's what Call Me By Your Name does. It was the last movie we saw at Sundance, and that happened really by chance. We had used up all of our tickets, it was the last day, there was literally just one final screening for this movie that people kept hyping up. And all I knew about it was that one of the Winklevoss twins was in it. So we stood in the waitlist line for an hour and a half, eating Wendy's, obviously listening to Summer Friends, and just made the cut to get in. And it was the gayest movie I've ever seen. Now, that's not my official review for the movie, and I'm not even saying that in a negative sense, but actually more of a testament, because there's this notion that you can't connect to a movie unless you're going exactly through what the character is going through, unless you can completely relate and it's your story. I don't agree with that. Of course, there should be things that perhaps you won't understand if the movie is being authentic to a certain demographic, but you would consider that a good thing because you would be learning from a viewpoint that isn't yours. And of course, if they're covering humans, it should still make some sort of connection, and Call Me By Your Name does do that. And it does a lot of other things that are connecting. It's definitely going to be pushed for being very progressive, and that's good and all, but honestly, it's a great movie on its own, and it's possibly the best love story from 2017, and that's mainly because of this dude right here. Seriously, I've been saying it since the beginning of the year. Keep your eyes on him. But besides his performance, it's the music that stuck with me. There was 3 songs in particular in the movie that I really liked, and I believe that they were all done by the same dude, but it would be months before they would release the soundtrack or I would be able to watch the movie again. But in that time, I saw a couple of videos floating around on YouTube about a man named
Sufjan Stevens,
and I started checking out his stuff. It was the same dude. Now, he's been around for a while, and considering that I'm more of a recent listener of his stuff, I would say that for those who don't know him, this meme right here pretty much encompasses his lyrics and where they're very, very faith-based, but also kinda colorful. However, it's his juxtaposition with his lyrics that I believe made him perfect for the movie, because the movie is a love story, and it's also a story about heartbreak. He's got 3 songs that I believe play off memories, like I mentioned before. It's music that provokes a certain period in someone's life, and in this case, it's a summer fling. And for anyone who's ever been in a summer fling, you know that there are sounds, places, smells that will trigger back all of those emotions immediately. But lyrically, these 3 songs also reflect the relationship in the movie, so unless you've memorized the lyrics or don't care, slight spoilers for those concerned. The first song that appears is actually a piano rendition of an older Stevens song titled Futile Devices, which has this verse reminiscing on a past lover as Elio does at the end of the movie. The song used in the trailer, Mystery of Love, brings up a Greek nobleman, an army general in fact, whose legacy after death wasn't about being this great warrior, but on being Alexander the Great's mistress. It's Elio reflecting on his relationship with someone who's now getting married, someone who's going to start a family, someone who he feels almost defines him while they've moved on. It's an interesting perspective to look at your relationship from an outside perspective and how you would be referenced, because, let's be honest, we refer to people as so-and-so's ex. We refer to people as a moment in someone's life, and it's scary to think that you would be defined as somebody else's lover in other conversations, someone who's living in regret. The final song that plays in the movie and through the credits is Visions of Gideon, my personal favorite. Interestingly enough, it was brought up in an interview that Timothée, the actor, had an earpiece playing that song in the scene in order for him to react to it. And if you've seen the movie, my dude acts through the credits of this film, and it just proves how integral the music was. It too looks back at the relationship that has ended, and has the most interesting line, "Is it a video?" being questioned over and over again. Now, going back to that idea of a memory, it's Elio replaying his relationship like a video over and over again, seeming so vivid, yet, because the relationship has ended, seeming like a vision. The title of Gideon references a Hebrew prophet who was sent off to conquer after receiving visions from Yahweh. Elio, in his sense, just went through a big discovery, liberation. He, in a sense, has conquered his sexuality, only for it to end in ruins, having memories as vivid as a video that are just visions of what could have been. The song bookends Mystery of Love's line, "The first time that you kissed me," with "I have kissed you for the last time," officially ending this chapter. It's depressing, but it's also a part of life. And I personally believe that the sad moments are also worth remembering because in the future, hopefully if we're smart enough, we'll have learned from the heartbreaks and our mistakes. And in my opinion, if we're going to reminisce on the past, what better way to do it than through music? So my point in this video is to encourage you to find your themes. Discover the anthems that you're gonna connect with your friends. Make a playlist for your getaways and adventures. Find the songs that express the emotions that you don't know how to phrase, and learn to enjoy your moments before they become memories. It may sound a bit corny, but trust me, if movies work better with music, then so does your life.
On concrete, jolly rancher kids. I was talking back and now I gotta stay at grandma crib. Bunch of tank top, nappy headed bike stealing. Shot 'em boys. None of my niggas ain't had no dad. None of my niggas ain't had no choice.